Hello, friends of YouTube. I hope you saw my short about this. Let me explain further in detail. I'm obviously a tactical scarecrow for a living. I might know a little bit about this. And if you're an avid gun enthusiast, Second Amendment supporter, I salute you, and I'm preaching the choir, and I'm probably telling you nothing you already know. But if you're new to self-defense, if you're getting into concerns about protecting the livelihood of your family in these crazy times and whatnot, I want you to imagine something, okay? One, let me introduce you to this. This is the Byrna Less Than Lethal Tactical Pistol. I have a short showcasing this at its alleged effective range, and it's going like this, and it hits the target and goes don't and bounces off. There's videos where tough people have walked right through this. You can count that a person on fentanyl and PCP and methamphetamine is going to be able to walk through this. Those kind of people are homicidal. They're crazy. They have nothing to live for. They see you as some kind of superfluous life, and that you're privileged, and that they have a right to take from you what they believe belongs to them because they're oppressed, or excuse me, I might have to crack my neck, or the voices are telling them, and they live, for lack of a better word, a very effed off existence where they're basically lurking in the abysmal fog, hating normal people and coveting and scornfully wishing they had what you had, to abuse and basically to sacrifice to their own inner demons. And I'm rambling here, but I'm sure half of you out there know who Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, was. And you know that we live in perilous times where, with all the rampant surveillance going on in the world, people are not just serial killers anymore. They're mass killers, and they figure they have nothing to lose. They're all or none, and they put all their chips in all at once. Home invasions and any kind of, like, terrorist attacks and mass shootings and all that. People, imagine you're in a restaurant with your family and somebody wants to go AWOL, some kind of disgruntled employee or something like that. But better yet, I wanted to show something that's really ridiculous. With all that said, and you get the gist, right? Here's this tactical Picatinny rail, right? This is a Byrna Less Than Lethal. And with this little Picatinny rail, with supposed to be a flashlight on this, you're really going to trust your life to this and go clear your house and go clear a dark alley or go clear the outside of your secluded dwelling in the middle of the night, trusting your life to this? Okay, let me tell you the pros of this thing here, to not just completely crap all over this product. Okay, one, the pro isn't that it's $500, but let me get that out of the way before I forget. So this $500 piece of 350 feet per second masterpiece, right? Not on the job, but outside the job, I have had to somewhat furnish, I don't want to say the word brandish, crackheads coming up to my window. I was driving through a drive-through. The certain restaurant wouldn't do anything about a vagrant that looked very, very malevolent, that was blocking the drive-through on purpose, just as it had to have been my turn. And with my other hand, though, I had to be kind of like, hey, boss, you don't want to mess with me. So it's a deterrent. It looks real. And it can, at close, it will sting. It hurts. Trust me, I know. Okay, so it can be a deterrent if it looks real like this, especially the muzzle is huge. They're gonna think the caliber coming out of this could destroy a bear. Okay, so you have that going for you. It has its place. Okay, but again, it's $500. This wasn't even $50 after tax. This is bear mace, and it basically has the same effective range. I made some chick laugh because I was talking about how I was averting a pest, another animal trying to eat my pet cat's food. And on my channel, you're going to see a lot of cat stuff. If you're not a cat person, oh well. but she gets a lot more views than this video or myself will ever get. But she was laughing that to try to shoo some animal eating out of my cat's bowl away, it went like this, the trajectory of the bullet, as the animal was just running away from it while it was right behind it, and it never caught up, and it was at this allegedly effective range. So anyways, I also have a short, not just the introduction to this video. The short is showing how I'm shooting like basically a board, and it's like don't, and just bounces off. And there's also other videos showcasing really tough dudes walking right through this. I'm sorry I'm not going to give you a demonstration, but if you're new to all this self-defense stuff, this is going to be worth your while, because I'm going to give you a tip. And I'm pretty sure if you're savvy with self-defense, you already know it. But let me continue if I forgot anything. So it's $500. It is a strong deterrent by its visual presence. If someone comes up to your driver's side window or something, and you don't want to get in the legalities of anything, because whether or not you're justified in self-defense, especially if you're unscathed, you're still going to have a prosecutor, you're still going to get your car towed, you're still going to get detained, you're still going to have to hire a lawyer. This has its place, but $500, less than $50. So again, as I iterated, we have people like the Night Stalker who exist, all these crazy persons, terrorists and serial killers and all that. You're with your loved ones, and you're really going to trust your and their life to the silly little Picatinny rail, and you're going to go clear a room with this. Let me show you a trick about what you're really supposed to do in a situation like this, okay? One, let me show you the ingredients, okay? First, we're gonna act like I'm gonna shut this door. It's gonna be a wall of your house, right? And we're gonna pretend it's really, really dark, right? You can still see what's going on, but imagine this is because in the context of this Picatinny rail, this tactical rail, supposedly being a flashlight, okay? We're gonna just pretend that this is a dark room, and I'm you, and somebody that's watching me or coming up here is the intruder, right? So let me show you the ingredients. You want to have a reliable flashlight, okay? You want to have what's called a real gun. This is a Glock 17, okay? So what you're going to do is when you're clearing your house, right, you're going to be out of the way. You're going to put your hand like this. You're going to check the room first. I apologize, that was bright. You saw it coming though, right? Then you're gonna announce. You're gonna go, hey, mother effer, like here. You're gonna announce. Okay. You're gonna point the flashlight with you out of the way. Okay. Even like this, maybe duck, crouching. You go, hey, motherfucker. Excuse my language. If you're all like, a better person than me. You're like, hey, the cops are called. Get the F out of here. Get down. Drop the weapon, right? You're gonna voice yourself that you are asserting that this is your property, and you're giving him a warning, and hopefully you have cameras and stuff like that in your house, right? And if they shoot back at your arm, the likelihood of them hitting it is less, unless hopefully to God they don't have a sawed off with bird shot or something. But once you know that you have an imminent threat, then you can come like this, okay? I'm not saying expose your whole body. I'm not saying just go peekaboo. I'm not saying expose yourself and get shot through the wall. I'm just saying that instead of this little silly Picatinny rail, this tactical shit, was something that won't even, that a crackhead will just eat and go through. You have your flashlight, you have this on top, and this is safe. It's not chambered. Okay, just like that. And that was that, guys. I hope you understood where I'm getting at, where I'm coming from, and it makes a lot of sense. So I'm not trying to crap all over Byrna. What I am here to say is we're letting our Second Amendment get screwed, and if this was still the Wild West, I would say there would be a lot more chivalry going on. You know what I mean? What can I say? Bad guys are always going to have the upper hand. Bad guys are always going to have the upper hand because, again, remember, they have all day long. They have no life, no job to be lurking in the distant abysmal fog, seethingly scornful of the life that you have, thinking the world's against them, and saturating and absorbing their own demons. And while you're worried about work, while you're thinking about your family, your football, or the stocks or something, they could be plotting your demise all along. They will always have the first move, and they don't abide by rules. They don't care about gun-free safety zones. They don't care about your Glock can only have 10 rounds in the magazine. They don't care about any of that. They don't abide by the same rules that good people have to abide by, and they're almost always going to get the first shot, or at least the first intrusion on you. And so, with all that said, it's common sense that stay ready, stay prepared, and be aware of what you're against. And this, to me, I'm not trying to crap all over it. I guess it has its place. This is a deterrent, man. This is capitalizing on our Second Amendment being screwed. I have a break barrel pellet gun that has far more FPS power than this, feet per second power, guys. So, I mean, again, $500, less than $50, you know, flashlight, a real Glock. Like, come on, guys. How precious is your family? So this video was basically about common sense. I hope I didn't blind anybody with my light. And if you're into guns and stuff, comment and let me know. Add to this. Tell me something I don't know, because I'm not trying to claim to be a professional. I just wanted to iterate because I had to get this for a long story. And I mean, like, I've practiced with it, man. It's 60 feet is its effective range. Maybe I broke it in too much or something. I don't know, but I do know that if I really wanted what you had, especially if I had like a thick leather jacket on or something, I could just cover up like this and charge you with a knife. Okay, so especially in a hallway or something where you can only back up and you can't move. You can only move linear, can't move 3D. I hope that all made sense, guys. I should quit rambling, but I just wanted to put that out there because tactical Picatinny rails on a toy gun. Go F yourself, you know? So, guys out there, keep on rocking in the free world. Do all you can so that our constitutional rights aren't shit on. And I want to make another video pretty soon that I hope you'll watch about how there was this mass shooting, right? Guy was a complete whack job. Everybody knew he was a whack job. They still let him be where he was about to go shoot, and they're blaming it on guns. They're blaming it on his accessibility to buy a firearm as a full-grown adult, instead of reprimanding whatsoever, or iterating the people who are so sin of omission, if that makes sense, pacifistic, negligent about this basket case or ticking time bomb or liability that was in their midst. I hope that made sense. I congratulate you for sitting through a video that has no special effects, and I have a very cheap channel. God bless you. God bless America, and stay safe.